Alright. Hello, YouTube, indeed. Let's get this started. So, as I have said in the description, we are doing a new playthrough. We are going to be going over various points in the story and just how it relates to what we already know. So, bear in mind, heavy spoilers ahead. And let's go ahead and load in with this character for the first time. I'm gonna have to do a lot of settings adjustment. Audio seems good, thank you. Oh, right. Players in queue. Whoops. That's fine. As you can see, I am going to be doing Hrothgar because Hrothgar supremacy. They're all just so pretty. Hi, McAllen. Oh, it seems I forgot to sign into chat with OBS, so let me get that done. While the cutscene plays. Really, Google? Yes, it's me. It's from the same computer. Jesus.
Here. Here. Feel.
Honestly, we could actually start here. Feel. Think. But listening to Hydaelyn speak again, which, you know, starting off you wouldn't know that's Hydaelyn. Oh, there's an Ascian. That's not even one of the Nope, never mind, that's La Habrea. You can tell by the mask.
Feel. Think.
It's rather interesting that, looking back at this, because Hydaelyn is very much technically sort of a primal. An elder primal, if you will. And as you can tell, I'm starting as a marauder. Because it does show your level 50 job gear in that cutscene. But yeah, I definitely didn't catch that the first time around, of the Ascian showing up in that cutscene being La Habrea. Which is interesting. He is the first one you get to fight, really. Me snoozing on the ship to Limsa. You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling to the ship got your stomach turning, has it? Nah. Just dreams. Be the ether then, I reckon. You know, there's not really a lot of references to ether sickness throughout, now that I think about it. We ain't too far from Vilbert now. Chock full of etherites. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Certainly. Might as well have been a blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. Yeah, well, reckon I might head out on deck. Get myself a breath of fresh air. Linz Lumens is still a fair way off, in case you're wondering. Seeing as you're awake and all, that's about to keep me company till we get there. Sure, why not? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Ah, yes. The Redditor and his sister. Alfino in his, ungodly pretentious days. Brennan's the name, and Peddlin's betrayed. Thank you, Brennan. Yep, and Limsa being what it is. Lots of sailing. Smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lass, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you're one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? Yes, indeed. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in these, at the beginning. What was it that attracted you to adventuring? I'm gonna be fucking rich. Why not? Fortunately, well, it's a dream we've all had at one time or another. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Limsa is renowned for its smithies and armorers, not to mention its fisher folk. And then there's its cooks, of course. Adventuring ain't just about killing things, after all. Peaceful pastime may well help you make your fortune. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Eh, no arguing with that. Yeah, you can do things when you're rich. Like help people. Ships off the starboard bow. Pirate colors, of course. Because we're near Limsa. There's pirates. Although why they deign to attack this ship is beyond me. Because the pirates are only supposed to go after Garlean ships. But some of them are unruly. They're pirates. They be like that. Have a boatload of balls or buckle all for brains. Yeah, but you can't make much profit if you yourself are dead. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. Indeed. Glad one of us kept her head on her shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine, otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? Get into Limsa. And bonus, this character is on the same world as my main character. This your first trip to Limsa? Not even. Thought not. But I'll wager there's been some changes since your last visit. Allow a journey itinerant to apprise you of the current state of affairs. Prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Yes. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilized influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rumswilling buccaneer herself. Merweb. Most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she got to deal with. Like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. If that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagin are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them and the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know, which we did. Yeah, they're a little bit territorial and trying to get more territory for spawning. Bell ringing for land ho. Behold Limsa Limensa, nation blessed with the ocean's bounty and beloved Limlan, goddess of navigation. One of the 12.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner
keeping
of
the pirates in
realm,
line.
amidst
If only.
the roiling waves of the Rotano Sea lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa.
How's the game audio?
To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlane. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
Not too quiet? Ah, the best city-state. And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, and it's onto the high road for me. Have a good one, Brennan. Bye, Alphino and Alize. You never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. Cool. That is exactly the kind of balance I want.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on her life's voyage.
Ah, but I don't pray to Limlane.
Swallows all.
Till sea swallows all, though. This character is under Thaliak. Specifically because we're doing this for lore. Thaliak is the scholar. Which is perfect. My usual goddess is Menfina, the lover. Because I'm a slut. That etherite looks real good. You there. This is my district. I make my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. An adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Limensa's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lass. I haven't got all day. You also have an axe. The Yellow Jackets are Limsa Limensa's military presence, basically. Bustling city filled with scoundrels and brigands. The rough-cut diamond of the Rotano Sea. I am on mouse and keyboard, thank you very much. Oh my god, that is horrible. Alright. Let me make some adjustments here while we are here. Because that is not a great thing. I don't use the cross hotbar, so I don't need it. Eh. There we go. There we go. Alright. Hotbar 4. Can fuck off. Hotbar 5. Can go away. Actually, I was incorrect. Give me a second. Back to hotbar 4, turn it on. 3x4. Move it there. 5 is 4x3. Actually, no, I had hotbar 5 not as a 4x3, it was a 6x2. Had it there. Set my health and that there. Progress bar there. Target hotbar a little bit to the north here. Buffs, debuffs, usual. I'll probably need to make adjustments later, but for now, that's pretty solid. There we go. General sprint stays there. Get LB. Oh, absolutely. Character... Nope. Oh, I guess I don't have those yet, because I haven't attuned to any etherites. I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city. Without a bit of local knowledge, you'll like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. What alleys? Limsa Limensa doesn't have any alleys. To be sure, it's got some darker corners, but it ain't got no alleys. Before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowned Wench and roll in the Adventurers Guild. Which is literally just up the stairs. Alternatively, talking to this dude. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Badron, proprietor. Might curse like an Elsalden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Heh, newcomer. I have begun a quest. Unfortunately, it won't let me just run up these stairs. I have to talk to Griffar. Greetings to you, lass. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for drink, are ya? You've come with a mind to try around at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in them, sir. I am tall. Name's Baderon, and this most hospitable of all stories is the Drowning Wench. 'Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why I've got a desk, especially for handling guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble. Yeah. Not that they need it in these parts on account of there being trouble where you look. If you manage to stay clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. It's a good thing I'm a warrior. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. No one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill a lot of us. Yeah, they're dealing with some internal strife right now. This town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again, you'll see the people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon, which, obviously, we know is the primal version of Bahamut. Not the actual Bahamut. And who can blame him after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a... Oh, nope, I already read that. Took our bleeding memories, too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes the nonsense sense. So that is kind of interesting. I don't think it's been fully explored, but with that calamity, I assume, I don't know for certain, I don't recall what all shards have been rejoined, but I think there was a rejoining with that. No, there wasn't. Not with Bahamut. But either way, with the calamity, there was a surge of ether, which, yeah, that would have affected memories, because that is something that, you could explain to you later on. None of the folks who saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollections from an hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't rightly recall the past. I mean, the biggest issue is they can't seem to remember the Warriors of Light specifically. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Like, they remember their existence, but they can't remember the details. We ain't forgotten what they did for us. This goddamn calamity spawn memory loss robbed us of their names and faces. Won't even let us picture their damn faces. That's he said. 'Tis like staring at a gull flying in the front of the sun. All you'll see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd gull. And is this what people got calling these heroes the Warriors of Light? If Limps is ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's going to need adventurers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. And that's why any aid we can give to a venture is effort well spent. What say you, lass? You willing to lend us your strength? I mean, that is why I'm here. Be thanks to you and the navigator and all. I knew she'd steered you my way for a reason. Ah, but listen to me, yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in my book. Now, if we were starting as a class that starts in Ul'dah, we'd be talking to Momodi, and Gridania would be Mother Mione. Imara Lorejackal, is it? And a fine name it is. I don't remember what game it is, but there is a game out there that actually has a dialogue of just choosing not to do the story and it just ends the game. It's pretty great. You there, adventurer. You sailed in on the last ferry, did you not? I did. Captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses testified independently that the passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. I didn't go out on deck, dipshit. No, I'm just a moment there, officer. You got the wrong lass. Fine upstanding young lady is my dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. That's a hell of a way to sell it. You're surely aware of the recent kidnappings? Respectfully then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. You make a good point there. Very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry though. I keep one eye open at all times. Me and two more often than not. What say you to a tankard to me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Morothor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? The politest way to say get fucked. Eager bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spat of kidnappings, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. I know who's behind them. They've taken the clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, pretty much any bugger that's in the town. I have not done the Limsa start, but they do address the kidnappings. So, that's actually a thing. I don't remember if Gridania has the problem as well, but definitely Limsa and Ul'dah have it. I think in Gridania's case, it's just the Ixal encroaching, whereas for Ul'dah you have the Amalja. You have the Amalja kidnapping people to get thralled by Ifrit, and then here you have the Sahagan kidnapping people for Leviathan. Yeah, I just don't remember if the Ixal are actually doing kidnappings. That's the thing. Don't take it personal, though. Us Lamenses can be an headstrong bunch of bastards. 'Tis true. But given time, we'll grow on ya. Now where was I? Welcome to Limsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many black belly whiskeys. Take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning you the ways of the city. Yay, I am level 2. Alright then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that will help you get used to life here in Limsa. Head down a floor to the west. Go to the Aetheryte. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an Aetheryte where you want to go, of course. Yep, that is a thing that gets messed with quite a bit, actually. They are working on ways of sending people places they haven't been. Out in Charlian. I was only wondering, is kidnappings are a big part of the initial Red Mage quest line, and thought maybe they were connected, but evidently not. No, the Red Mage kidnappings are a separate thing. Because you also have to remember, Red Mage wasn't introduced until Stormblood, I think? So, yeah, it would have been Stormblood. Have a chat with the Yellow Jacket guard down on guard down there, and you'll be treated as to a lecture on the working of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. It's called a tuning. Second on the list, Marketplace. No, because Heaven's Ward was Dark Knight and Machinist. So just you meet some fellow axe wielders at the Marauders Guild. Blathoda at the front desk is the one you want to get you started. Got all that last scene? Them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city. Yep. There you go, sending you off without telling you something crucial. That bloody calamity made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Any road, while you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sod to what look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale a woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interest and opportunities could be lurking out there. Yep. All good, McAllen. Run odd errands at the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a woman folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the wench. The lads bear that title have some fine advice from them what are just starting out in the profession. And that, my girl, is how you go about becoming a legend among adventurers. Or I could ignore him entirely and just do the things I know already. To leave the Drowning Wench, you must accept the quest Making a Name, which is... I understand why, but it's also somewhat obnoxious. Hello, Nanaya. Just look at this. A shiny new adventurer. Listen close. Last have some information that might just help you put you on the map here in Limsa. Passed through the bulwark hall below not long ago. Saw a bunch of herbs just scattered around on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Scanrel, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs. I do find it interesting that they, via the quest, they force you to take this instead of letting you take the stairs. And you actually use something, I think, relatively similar to Dream Flowers. But then again, I'm also not remembering what Dream Flowers are. I don't think you really deal with much in this way. Hello, Aldskiff. I suspect these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. Prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. That's what it was. I mean, I guess, but they also do it the first time as well. Like, you have to go up and down via the quests. Ah. Althic Lavender. Common enough export from Limsa. These probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, miss. But don't worry. You've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Alright. That is a lot of people. That is something I forgot to do. Other PCs. Alright. Go ahead and attune. Another novice adventurer. I batter and sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. Hello there. Another Rugadin. Sundamal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It's also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. If you're not, I'll be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Via the life stream, interestingly. Aetherites are crystalline... Return and teleport, most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Once you've expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Yeah, why does it cost money? Alright. Now that I have return, I can plop that there. Run over to the market. Hawker's Alley. Swalsblatt. Fine morning to you. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. It is a trade port, so he's not wrong. You bear a gift from Baderon. Whatever could it... Ah, my octant. By the navigator must have left you behind in the wench. Why does the Aetherite cost money? Maybe. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. No, that doesn't track, especially not with the Aetherites in various locations, like, well, like the one in Tailfeather, I guess. The one in Annex Trine, up in Mogholm. Alkzundu. So, like, maybe it was an excuse at one point, but it doesn't track for the lore. Goes without saying, Honker's Alley boasts stalls specialized in tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. Thankfully, I don't need to. And I'm not going to. I'm gonna make a trip around here. Hang on. What? I think something's broken. Give me a moment. Hotbar. Oh, I know what happened. Give me just a moment. I gotta fix this. I forgot my program governing all my Corsair equipment freaked out.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay, that should be back. Okay, that is fixed. So that should be all controls, that's all shifts. Good. Don't have to change that. Obviously, with aside from the main Aetherite, we also have all the smaller Aetherites, or Aethernet shards. To allow faster movement around the city itself. Maybe. Alright. I'm gonna go back here. Go down to the Fisher Guild.
Battery low.
Oh no, I need to plug in my headset.
Battery
Honestly, I
low.
should probably turn that notification off.
Charging battery.
Nyum. Wish moving. Alright. I can take care of the rest of those later. And by the rest of those, I mean the ones up top, like the aft castle. I definitely just heard somebody playing the theme song from Attack on Titan. Yeah, that's just the aft castle down there. So I'm gonna grab Culinary Guild, then Marauders Guild, and go from there. Zoom. Right. Now we only have one more Ethernet shard to attune to in Limsa. Hello, Blathoda. Hello there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are ya? Any axe worth swinging needs 2 hands and a haft. On the haft. As a blade can make short work of a galley's mast. It's the kind of weapon our members trained to use with deceptive swiftness, and all too predictable force. Blah, 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 blah. Are you interested in hearing more, lass? Then why don't I give you a short version of the guild's founding history, and we can go from there. Started with ships. What have ships got to do with axes? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. Since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. It all started with shipbuilding and ship repair. Makes sense. As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe was perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about you. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapons of choice, so did the bloody art of the marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. By the night assembling crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to their new recruits. And that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. But once the Galadian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates against Limsa's enemies, the whole game changed. The Accord itself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. If mastering the axe is your heart's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Let me in! All that needs doing now is speak with the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple, I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Wernzone's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lass. Good fortune to you. To be fair, he is large. I'm Wernzone Axe Master, they call me. Not the most imaginative titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blauthoda, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits as an initiate of the Marauders Guild? I am here for carnage. I'm not just prepared for it, I am here for it. My chat has been disconnected apparently. And now reconnected. Beautiful. Attend me well, then, Amara. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will ofttimes be your own. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straight away into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature's fallen by to your blade. Well, here I go, murdering the wildlife. Just as soon as I talk to Batterin again, and then get that last Ethernet shard. Well, that looks fun. Zoom. There you are, Amara. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did you? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa, that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. Now you've got some idea what's where, you can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lass. Stick with old Batteron and you'll go far. I'm sure. Oh, would you look at that? I'm already level 3. Now, if I did this correctly, this should be the last Ethernet. If not, then something has gone terribly wrong. Oh good, it was indeed. And now, off we go to Middle Enosia. Not much to be said lore-wise here yet. Oops. I don't need to kill another wharf rat. There's two. Yep. Alright, and now I just need two more little ladybugs. There's level 4. Oh good, I have my second part of my 1, 2, 3 combo. And we can go ahead and return. Now, could I have just pressed return? Absolutely, but I don't want to. Because it's a 900-second cooldown, which is 15 minutes. It is very complex. What was down here? Oh, right. That's what I was doing. Take care of my mail real quick. The delivery Moogle. Why the Moogles take care of mail? I don't know, but they do. See? Even the delivery Moogle doesn't know why he's a delivery Moogle. Oh, it actually just gave an explanation. I guess the Pajali from the Black Shroud decided to recruit them. Grab all of this stuff. Oh no. It put all of that in my armory chest. Why? I'll have to sort that out. For now though, let's get these used. That is a really cute glam. I like it. Not likely. Like, I've definitely had things like this, which are an improvement by virtue of me not having a headpiece. But it's only an improvement in the fact that it gives me 7 defense and 13 magic defense. none of these actually provide stats, except for these. The accessories do. Nope, those are all worse. These two are identical. These two are worse. Worse, 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 worse. Identical, identical, worse, worse. Huh. This, however, will always be an improvement. Hang on. 200. Okay, that doesn't affect my health at all. Yes, let me equip my crafting ring. Honestly, better than nothing, I guess. But because now I have a piece in every slot, except for offhand. But offhand doesn't count because most things don't use offhand. Well, of course they're one of the best items in the game. They're super great for leveling. There's much training to be done before you will wield the axe to its fullest potential. Learn well your lessons, build your strength, and make of each swing an instinctive act. You shall have this hunting log to aid you in that endeavor. Its pages are marked with opponents suitable for honing your skills. There are, of course, myriad methods by which you might improve your techniques, but when the way forward is not readily apparent, the log provides a reliable source of challenges. Every blow of your weapon will clear another step towards the mastery of the Marauder way. Implacable, relentless. Such must be your momentum on both the practice grounds and the battlefield. Hunting log obtained. Alright, one more MSQ quest, and then I'm actually gonna shut off stream for the day. Have it a little bit of a short one this week. Mostly it was getting things started and figured out. On to Summerford. Still in Limsa, are ya? How do you fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Staleburn, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back to the fields after the calamities ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another hand or two, and your name sprang to mind. I give you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Very much Assassin's Creed garb there. Essentially, yeah. Right, out to Middle Enosia. Oh look, I can get extra XP for killing wharf rats. And little ladybugs. one more ladybug. Don't tell me lost lamps are also part of this. I would be okay, they are not. Right, we should be able to head on up. Nice and easy. There's a fate here that we could do. In fact, we might as well. Let us murder tiny mandragoras. Oh look, Berserk. At this level, I might as well just use it. On cooldown. Admittedly, you kind of use it on cooldown anyway, as part of your rotation, but I don't really have much of a rotation right now. I don't have an AoE rotation either, which is unfortunate. Oh, that yellow jacket just died. How unfortunate. Three bee clouds. Yeah, why didn't he use bloodletting? Is he stupid? Easy level 7. You must be the adventurer Battern promised to send along. Amara Lowerjackal, was it? You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stillborn, the old bastard, as Battern likely described me, and this here is my humble orchard. Good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employed these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship, like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. Had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Merweb's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers work in the field seemed too fine enough to refuse. Respect. Hello there. Turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Now, I could waste my reward on that, but I'm not going to. Because there's no need. Now then, I am going to leave that quest there, and we'll pick up next week. I'm probably going to keep it on Thursdays just to keep things consistent. Otherwise, my Twitch streams are going to be a little bit more sporadic, just kind of here and there, chill, not worried about it. And yeah. So next week we will continue on with that, and hopefully get to some actual lore discussion, like more so than why do we have to pay for aetherites. Speaking of aetherite, though, let's go ahead and get attuned to this one over here. And then I will get Miss Lore Jackal here set into the free company. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.